working for you.
We continue following breaking news. A police officer shot. Her condition this morning.
We're continuing to follow a deadly house fire this morning. What fire officials say caused the fire that proved fatal.
The U.S. military says it shot down attack drones in the Middle East. The fears the Israel-Hamas war is expanding. Good Monday morning. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Jenna Zibted.
And I am Daphne Gray. We definitely have a lot to get to this morning. But first, let's get to meteorologist Chris Michaels. It was like a little rainy this past couple days.
Yeah.
And today, we're going to experience some more.
Maybe on a very isolated kind of scale. It was nice to get a little bit of a soaking rain Saturday night into yesterday morning. We are tracking that little swirl of low pressure. You see that kind of centered over St. Louis. That'll throw some isolated showers our way. Let's get to it. Future tracker showing an increase in clouds from west to east this morning. You'll kind of notice after 1 or 2 p.m. just how isolated showers are expected to be, but they could actually even contain tiny pieces of hail if they get strong enough. But that's just kind of due to some of the cooler air that's above us. Again, isolated showers, not going to be a washout, even though we could still use that. Today's not going to be as warm as yesterday. We hit 71 in the Roanoke Valley. Today, 54 to 58, actually feeling like early December. All right, some mountain snow. That's in the forecast Tuesday evening into Wednesday. We'll show you how much, and then a late week warm up will show you why that leads to more rain. That's coming up in about 15 minutes right here on 10 News.
We continue following breaking news this morning. A Roanoke City police officer in critical condition after she was shot by a homicide suspect.
The investigation started yesterday morning when the officer did a well-being check at a home on Lawrence Avenue Southeast. You see it right there on your screen. While there, police say that they found a man stabbed to death. They then quickly identified a suspect.
Hours later, officers say they saw that suspect walking on Melrose Avenue when he pulled a gun and started shooting. The department says officers shot back and killed the suspect, but police say one officer was shot and taken to Lewis Gale Medical Center.
10 News reporter Lindsay Kennett joins us now. Lindsay, what do we know about this suspect and how is the officer doing?
Well, right now she is still in critical condition. Police have not identified any of the officers involved in the shooting. We do know that that officer who was shot is out of surgery and doing better. As for the homicide suspect who was shot and killed, police haven't released his name either, but Chief Scott Booth did release some details about the suspect, saying that he was 39 years old. Per department policy, the officers involved have been placed on administrative leave while state police investigate. We're told they'll look at body camera footage of the incident and use other forensic testing. Chief Booth says he watched that footage and commended the officers for what he's calling their heroic actions.
Very proud of how they kept their coolness under fire. Horrible incident that happened to our officers in our community. I never want that to happen. I hate to stand up here before you and talk about this, but the review of the footage showed me that I have a lot to be proud of.
Booth says officers came in on their day off to help with this shift and their department during a traumatic time. Coming up at 6:30, I'll tell you more about the stabbing homicide and what led to the confrontation with police in the first place. Live in the studio, I'm Lindsay Kennett, 10 News, working for you.
Thanks, Lindsay. This is our top story this morning as the community works to support the officer involved. Coverage continues throughout the morning right here on Virginia Today and all day on WSLS.com.
To another alarming story, a shooting sends one boy to the hospital in Lynchburg last night. He's still in there recovering this morning. Police say that it happened on Camp Cabell Street around 6:30 last night, not far from the Lofts at the Point apartment complex, if you're familiar with that area. The Lynchburg Police Department say that when they got there, they found the boy with a non-life-threatening injury. He was taken to the Lynchburg General Hospital. Officers say that this is an isolated incident and there is no threat to the community. No word on any suspects at this time, but the investigation is ongoing.
One person is dead after a house fire in Danville on Schoolfield Drive. The Danville Fire Department got there just before 5:30 Sunday morning. The house was filled with heavy fire and smoke. 15 crew members worked to contain the flames, and they found a woman's body.
The crews entered the house and found one person inside of the house, and they removed this person to the outside and assessed this person and found out that she was deceased.
The name of the woman is not being released until the family's notified. The Danville Fire Marshal's office says the fire was caused by discarded smoking materials.
Happening today, the two people charged with animal cruelty after a dog died in their hot car this past summer will be in court today. Members of the Roanoke City grand jury will decide whether the charges should move forward to trial. Witness video shows two dogs panting in a car on Luck Avenue behind Martin's downtown. Later in the video, some more disturbing details. One dog appears to stop breathing, dying a short time later. Police identified Ashley Hutton and James Lipscomb as the owners of the dogs and the car and arrested them both. The grand jury meets this morning at 11.
A federal watchdog is now reviewing the decision to relocate FBI headquarters to Maryland. Virginia congressional leaders have been pushing for an investigation, suggesting the site selection process was influenced by politics. Now, the General Services Administration is looking into those concerns.
Fact pattern stinks. The three independent assessors, the professionals, all chose Virginia. A political appointee comes in, manipulates that decision, chooses Maryland, then leaves the federal government. I also would point out that the director of the FBI, in an unprecedented way, sent a communication to all FBI employees saying the process did not appear to be fair.
Virginia's proposed location was in Fairfax County, but the GSA ultimately chose a 62-acre site next to the Greenbelt Metro.
New this morning, Israel is expanding its ground operation and is now battling Hamas in southern Gaza. It comes as U.S. warship was threatened by attack drones in the region. Bree Jackson shares the fears some have of the war spreading closer to home.
Israel intensifying its attacks on the Gaza Strip after negotiations over a pause in fighting stalled.
It fell apart because Hamas was unwilling and refused to come up with additional lists of women and children, which we know they are holding.
Israel is vowing to continue the war despite repeated calls for a ceasefire. The Biden administration is urging Israel to limit civilian deaths and is still working to secure the release of the remaining hostages.
We're working at this literally by the hour at the National Security Council and all the way up the high levels of the administration.
Lawmakers are also calling for a long-term political solution.
Hamas needs to be taken out. It is a terrorist organization.
How would you do that?
But I think the way to do that, as many terrorism experts have said, is to create a durable and strong coalition of allies.
What happens next? That's when I want the Arab world, the United States, and the Western world to come in with a governing plan different than we have today.
Meanwhile, there are growing concerns that the conflict could spread to other parts of the region. A U.S. warship shot down at least 2 Houthi drones Sunday. It happened in the Red Sea, where Houthi rebels have been launching a series of attacks on vessels. The Pentagon says it does not appear the USS Carney itself was a target. In Washington, Bree Jackson, NBC News.
A local nonprofit is bringing children in the hospital some Christmas cheer. The nonprofit Hope Driven hosted its 5th annual toy drive for the Carilion Children's Hospital. Organizers say last year they received more than 3 tables full of toys to give to kids in the hospital. This year it was around the same number in the 4-hour period.
On top of that, many of these kids are away from their families during the holidays because of their sickness or disease or injuries, and I could not imagine, as being a father myself, not having my child home for Christmas and imagining them being there alone.
Although Hope Driven is done accepting toy donations, you can head to WSLS.com for more info on how to give back this holiday season.
Volunteers joined students and faculty from Roanoke College to adapt hundreds of toys during their 8th year of their Toy Like Me initiative. Many action figures, dolls, and stuffed animals were modified with things such as a cochlear implants and heart scars to present or represent kids with disabilities.
It's important because it's like you go to the store, you don't really see many toys with disabilities, so if it's nice to have something that looks and represents you.
The modified toys were donated to local organizations who help kids with disabilities. Organizers of the program say that they were able to give away more than 400 toys, all thanks to the donations.
Time now 6:10. Finding a car you can trust shouldn't be such a difficult search. We're working for you on some of the most reliable cars of the year.
Amazon eyeing the Star City. The possible deal being decided by council members today. That will be new at 6:45.
Helping kids across the Commonwealth find a home.
Yeah, I like this. I like basketball too. I like all of it. I like basketball, football. I can play in all of it.
In 30 Days of Hope, we introduce you to a sporty teen looking for a family to call his own.
And early in the week, we're going to track a few of these smaller storm systems called Alberta Clippers. I'm going to show you what those are and what that means for our weather. Then when we see the chance for some soaking rain again, that's in less than 10 minutes right here on 10 News.